This YouTuber thought pranking people in the Philippines would be funny, but he went too far. Meet Vitaly Zdorovetski, a well-known prankster who crossed the line from comedy to cruelty.
Question for you. Can I give you a kiss? No, I have a question for you. I'm the new general in town, mother.
They say keep it, speed run, jail time.
Boss, I want to change. I'm sorry. Can I change? I'm just kidding. Sir, I'm joking. I'm gonna f***ing rob you.
Sira ulo ko. Hindi naman Pilipino, pwede ko mamurahin.
Vitaly ended up being locked up in an absolute nightmare jail. The place that he's in is known as the Gulag.
An immigration detention center in the Philippines. Now they call it the Gulag, rat-infested and overcrowded.
He's currently locked up in Camp Bagong Diwa, which isn't exactly a wellness retreat. It's overcrowded, undersupplied, and looks like something out of a post-apocalyptic horror flick.
So we're going to the hood, the craziest hood in Manila. Go, fast! Give me your scooter now! Police is here, they're watching. Give me.
I'm telling you. No.
Turn it on.
No!
This is GTA, mother 6, it came out early. You better f***ing drive fast. You better drive. Move. Come.
Oh my God, bro. This is insane, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, that's insane, especially in the Philippines, bro. I got no word.
When you show up here in the Philippines and you genuinely start like what happens behind the scenes when you're interacting with people here and you're messing around with them. I know it's a joke to you, but for the people here, they work hard, bro.
And guess what? And I tip them. What do you do? Exactly.
I run a software company and I provide housing for the
So
locals.
you can't just talk shit, right?
I'm not talking.
So why are you
I'm asking you why even make that content? Genuinely.
Because
I'm speaking up for a large majority of people.
Shut the f***, because I do whatever the f*** I want. What are you gonna follow me?
I'm not gonna follow you.
I swear to God, bro.
A real conversation.
And I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation.
What happens when a clout-chasing prankster pushes things too far in the wrong country? This isn't your usual influencer in trouble story. We're talking public chaos, international embarrassment, and a fall from fame so brutal, even his own country disowned him. From viral stunts to cold jail cells, Vitaly's story has gone from cringe to criminal real quick. So grab your snacks, because this one's not just wild, it's a full-blown train wreck in real time.
What advices would you give to other live streamers?
This was actually the exact same advice that I was originally going to give to Vitaly last night. And it's that you will get a lot more attention in the long run if that's your main goal, and you'll make better, longer lasting connections and create something more fruitful for other people and yourself if when you enter a new country, you respect the citizens, you respect the laws, and you show up and try to offer value to the citizens.
Inilipat na ng kulungan ang Russian vlogger na nambastos ng mga Pinoy sa...
Thank you, John. I'll take it from here with this donkey. On the latest with Vitaly, Philippines decided to pull a prank on him. A psych, some would say. Now, last week we talked about Vitaly after his picture got released once he was getting transferred from jail to jail. And he showed us his new diet plan. Obviously, 3 months ago, after Vitaly laughed at the Interior Secretary's face, he made it his personal mission to give him a VIP service. As you can see,
the president of the Philippines just made a reaction video to Vitaly's live stream. Because you know the thing about these IRL streamers is they live stream themselves committing all these felonies. So all the prosecutors have to do is just sit and go through all of their streams and charge them accordingly. These actions range from stealing motorcycles.
I have a question for you.
Nanguha ng sombrero ng isang gwardiya.
No, I have a question for you.
At akmang tatangay ng motorsiklo ng isang enforcer.
Lihin mo, kuya. Lihin mo. Lihin mo yan.
Ilan lang yan sa mga sunod-sunod na panggugulo na binidyohan at in-upload pa ng isang dayuhan sa isang commercial at business district sa Taguig.
I'm basically going into a noisy crowd of dangerous criminals with no guards to back me up.
We're gonna be safe in there.
Things took a terrifying turn for Vitaly, and let me tell you, the man is now living a nightmare straight out of a cautionary tale. Locked up in a Filipino jail far away from his flashy content creator lifestyle, everything has unraveled. What started as just another attempt to go viral has turned into a personal meltdown. And according to insiders, his body is breaking down, his mind is slipping, and the place he's stuck in easily one of the harshest prison systems in the world. It's no longer just content, this is survival. And no camera crew's gonna help him now.
His cases now, I think there are 5 cases filed. All of them are bailable. However, upon rules of the Bureau of Immigration, if he is an undesirable alien, the Bureau of Immigration has a right to detain him in the process of his hearing. I think that hearing the civil trial, I don't know, it's civil criminal, maybe it's criminal, it will maybe last 2 to 3 years. Then the minimum charge, I think, will be 5 years per guilty verdict.
Inside, it's isolation 24/7. No fans, no flowers, no filters, just cement walls, cold meals, and a reality check hitting harder than any prank backlash. Reports say his daily routine has totally collapsed. He's not eating right. He's not thinking straight. Mentally, emotionally, physically, he's falling apart. Meanwhile, his legal team is scrambling, grasping at anything that might buy him some relief. But it's not looking good.
These actions range from stealing motorcycles to crashing a tuk-tuk, threatening to rob a woman, stealing multiple security guards' hats, stealing an industrial fan from a restaurant, stealing a red light mask from a vendor, and missing dozens of people. Overall, just a terrible idea to do this in a country that has their jail cells that look like this.
And the internet? It's divided. Some people think he's being made into an example. Others say he knew exactly what he was doing and just pushed too far. Either way, this is no longer a show. This is a life in crisis. Here's the tea. Vitaly went from pulling ridiculous pranks, faking robberies, creeping on random women, and even trying to grab a guard's weapon, to sitting in a crusty jail cell in the Philippines, bawling like he's in a tragic Netflix drama. And just when you think it can't get worse, oh, it does. His possible sentence? We're not talking a few months behind bars. No, we're talking decades. By the time he gets out, if he gets out, insiders say he might be wheeled out in a chair, frail and forgotten. His body, done. His mind, gone. His legal situation, completely cooked. And no, this isn't some influencer stunt gone too far story. This is straight up someone's life in ruins. No one's pulling strings to save him. Not the US, not Russia. Both governments basically shrugged and said, not our problem. No fancy lawyers, no PR miracle, just him and a bunch of cockroaches and a whole lot of regret.
Paparazzi, 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 you are my queen, paparazzi.
So how did we get here? Well, let's rewind to April 2025. Vitaly, desperate to breathe life into his dead streaming career, decided to go international. He hops on a plane, lands in the Philippines, and instead of enjoying the white sand beaches or slurping up some street food, he turns the trip into a full-blown live stream crime spree. Then he starts acting wild on camera, harassing locals, mocking people for wearing masks like the pandemic never happened. He was literally shouting things like, "'Cause you got a COVID mask, you liberal," as if that's a punchline. And then came the real mess. "Excuse me, madam, I'm going to rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money." Yep, that's what he said to some random Filipina on camera.
Cha, excuse me, madam, I'm gonna rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money. No, okay. No. Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal. Go get your vaccine. I was trying to give you money, but all right. Trying to be a nice.
Like, what was that even supposed to be? A joke? A sketch? Because it looked a lot more like a felony than comedy. And the internet did not laugh. The clip spread like wildfire, but not in a good way. It wasn't viral, haha. It was, who let this menace into the country levels of viral. And the authorities? Oh, they saw it, and they were not playing games. Yep, you heard that right. Vitaly actually said that to a random woman on camera while pretending to rob her. Like, was that supposed to be a joke? A prank? Or was he secretly auditioning for Interpol's Most Wanted? Because let's be real, nothing about it was funny. His video didn't go viral because people weren't laughing. It went viral because people were shocked, disgusted, and downright confused about how he thought any of that was okay. And the Philippines? They weren't amused either. By April 3rd, the whole thing blew up in his face. The Philippine Bureau of Immigration slapped him with a title no foreigner wants to hear: Undesirable Alien. Translation: you messed up badly, and you're not welcome anymore. And now, he's just waiting for trial. But this isn't a quick process. Experts say it could drag on for 2 to 3 years before he even sees a judge. Some say he could get a few years. Others are throwing around numbers like 31. Either way, he's stuck. Right now, he's rotting in a detention facility. No flashy vlogs, no live stream antics, just a rusty bunk, some cockroaches, and cold rice for dinner. And if you're still thinking maybe it was just one prank gone too far, no. This wasn't just one mistake. His legal situation is a whole buffet of violations. He's facing 3 counts of unjust vexation, which is the fancy legal way of saying stop being a public menace. Add in attempted theft, cybercrime charges, anti-voyeurism violations, and oh yeah, trying to grab a security guard's gun. That's not influencer drama, that's full-blown courtroom chaos. Prosecutors are confident too. They said there's a reasonable certainty of conviction, which in T terms means they got everything. Footage, live streams, witnesses. This isn't he said, she said. This is him posting the evidence himself. And if more charges land on his plate, oh, it's going to go from bad to completely unfixable. Now here's where the tragic mess turns into a tragic comedy. Vitaly actually sat down and wrote a handwritten apology letter to the Secretary, Boying Remula, the Secretary of Justice of the Philippines. Yes, handwritten, as if that would suddenly undo everything. He pleaded for mercy, saying he's changed, that he's reading the Bible, and begged to be released. Like, sir, this isn't your church youth camp. This is a government-run detention center. You won't get brownie points for flipping to Psalms after pretending to rob women on camera.
Maraming vloggers who do that for show, right?
For clout.
For clout, for show. What did he violate?
Secretary Remula blinked maybe once or twice, read the letter, and moved right along with the prosecution. No sympathy. That letter was tossed out faster than one of Vitaly's tired old pranks. The Justice Department made it clear they're not falling for the act, and they're not letting this slide. But wait, because somehow it gets even dumber. Word is Vitaly's legal team tried to bribe the very same security guards he humiliated. They allegedly offered them money, and not even hush money with finesse. We're talking, here's $5,000 and a Gatorade. Can we forget this ever happened? Spoiler alert, the guards were not having it. They rejected the bribe and reported it immediately. Because here's the thing, you don't just wave a few bucks at Filipinos and expect them to sell out their dignity. That's not how we do things here. And Vitaly, he clearly underestimated that. And like clockwork, the moment things got serious, Vitaly did what so many washed-up internet celebrities always seem to do. He suddenly pulled the mental health card. Just like that, his team started painting a new image. No longer the wild prankster, but a broken man, crying every day, detoxing, reading the Bible like he's had a holy awakening. Overnight, he tried to rebrand himself from Chaos King to Spiritual Inmate. But let's be real, mental health is important, no doubt. Still, after years of using real people as props and playing with serious situations for views, trying to flip the narrative now, it just doesn't land. You can't go from mocking strangers and fake robbing women to suddenly begging people to see you as some misunderstood victim. The math ain't mathin'.
When you show up here in the Philippines and you genuinely start like what happens behind the scenes when you're interacting with people here and you're messing around with them. I know it's a joke to you, but for the people here, they work hard, bro.
And guess what? And I tip them. What do you do? Exactly.
I run a software company and I provide housing for the
locals.
So
you came just to talk shit, right?
I'm not talking.
So why are you
asking you why even make that content? Genuinely.
Because
I'm speaking up for a large majority of people.
Shut the because I do whatever I want. What are you gonna follow me?
I'm not gonna follow you.
Yo, I swear to God, bro.
A real conversation.
And I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation.
People inside the detention center say he's been going through heavy breakdowns. Some suspect withdrawals, maybe from steroids, maybe something else. Either way, that gym rat look he used to flex, completely gone. And usually when foreigners get arrested abroad, their home countries at least try to step in. A quick embassy check-in, legal aid, a polite warning to behave. But for Vitaly, nothing. Total silence. Russia saw the headlines and basically said, that's your problem. The Russian ambassador didn't even try to protect him. He flat out told the public that Vitaly should have respected the law. That's a whole international disavowing right there. They were like, don't let this guy ruin travel opportunities for the rest of us.
Sumunod na lang. Pasunurin na lang. Pasunurin na lang.
As for the US, even quieter. Not even a boring default, we're monitoring the situation statement. Just radio silence. And honestly, makes sense. He flew into another country, broke laws on camera, and now wants sympathy just because reality finally caught up with him? This isn't injustice. This is a cautionary tale with receipts. Meanwhile, his ride-or-die fans tried to step in. Some sent food like he was part of some weird DoorDash for detention experiment, but that was shut down fast. Authorities reminded everyone this isn't a creator house. It's a government facility, not some Mr. Beast survive jail for 30 days challenge. When the rumors started flying that he might be sneaking in food drops, officials were quick to shut that down too. He's eating the same plain, barely seasoned jail food as everyone else. And by the way, he's shrinking. Yeah, it's definitely not luxury dining.
Inilipat na ng kulungan ang Russian vlogger na nambastos ng mga Pinoy sa Taguig. Kapansin-pansin din na nangayayat siya sa kulungan.
Russian blogger Vitaly has been transferred to jail after disrespecting Filipinos in Taguig City. It's also notable that the vlogger lost weight.
Mga bagong picture na inilabas ng BI, kapansin-pansin ang pagpayat niya. Tanggal ang angas ni Vitaly dahil malayo na ang itsura niya noong mag-viral sa pangaharas sa Taguig.
In new photos released of Vitaly, his weight loss is undeniable, quite far from his appearance on the videos that went viral. Now his legal team is in scramble mode. Their latest strategy? The redemption arc. Suddenly it's all about how he found faith. They're pushing the idea that because the Philippines is a Christian country, Vitaly should be granted mercy since he's seen the light. But let's not pretend this is his first offense. His rap sheet is wild. From storming FIFA fields to catching physical harm charges to literally climbing ancient pyramids like jungle gyms. And let's not forget the fake terrorist pranks and the time he harshly attacked a female jogger in Miami while tripping on shrooms. That's not bad luck. That's someone spiraling out of control for years. So what now? Could he actually walk out of this mess and hit us with a How I Survived Filipino Jail vlog like nothing happened? Technically, sure, it's possible. But realistically, that jail cell door is locked tighter than the comments on his now dead Instagram. Because here's the hard truth. In the Philippines, foreign nationals don't get bail by default. That's not a guess, it's written in the law. In the Philippines, bail isn't something you're entitled to, it's something you earn. It's a privilege, not a right. And it's definitely not something handed out to tourists, labeled as undesirable aliens, who caused a full-blown international disaster.
His cases now, I think there are 5 cases filed. All of them are bailable. However, upon rules of the Bureau of Immigration, if he is an undesirable alien, the Bureau of Immigration has a right to detain him in the process of his hearing.
Judges over there don't just toss out bail like freebies. They go down a list. Your immigration status, your ties to the community, your physical and mental condition, whether you're a flight risk, and if you're a danger to the public. And let's be real, Vitaly checks every red flag. He staged a fake robbery, allegedly tried to grab a guard's weapon, and acted like his jail stint was just content for his next viral stream. Imagine thinking he'd calmly wait for a trial like a good boy. Please. He's the blueprint for do not let this man out.
I have a very important question for you. No, this is for documentation team about Philippines. I have a very important question for you. Can I shove this up your...
What?
Can I put this in your... It's a called a new video game, Mario Kart Infinity 360.
Hulihin mo, kuya. Hulihin mo. Hulihin mo yan. Hulihin mo yan. The cop doesn't want to do anything. He's just...
Why does he not?
He's too nice.
Boss, I want you to chase me.
To chase me.
Can I have a hug? Love for you. Paparazzi! Paparazzi! Paparazzi!
And if by some miracle, like multiverse level miracle, he did get bail, let's not pretend he'd hang around. Best case, he'd disappear faster than a limited drop sneaker release. and reappear in Dubai, soaking in a rooftop pool like nothing happened. Worst case, he mocks the entire justice system, milks the clout, posts viral jail memes, and kicks off a whole wave of chaos streamers treating Southeast Asia like it's one giant real-life GTA server. That's the exact nightmare Philippine officials are trying to avoid.
What advices would you give to other live streamers?
This was actually the exact same advice that I was originally going to give to Vitaly last night, and it's that you will get a lot more attention in the long run if that's your main goal, and you'll make better, longer lasting connections and create something more fruitful for other people and yourself if when you enter a new country, you respect the citizens, you respect the laws, and you show up and try to offer value to the citizens instead of using them for clout. That is my advice to any streamer coming to a different country. Just treat people with respect, learn the culture. People here in the Philippines, they're very welcoming. They'll teach you the language, they'll teach you the culture. Very happy to do so. So I just recommend come here with good intentions or stay home.
Technically, there is one final shot, a presidential pardon, but that would have to come straight from the President of the Philippines. And those pardons, they're usually meant for real humanitarian situations, not for prank bros with more rap sheets than regrets. And the worst part, no one even wants him back. Russia ditched him without hesitation. The ambassador didn't sugarcoat anything. He told the media straight up that Russian citizens must respect the law. Translation, he's your problem now.
The president of the Philippines just made a reaction video to Vitaly's live stream. Because you know the thing about these IRL streamers is they live stream themselves committing all these felonies. So all the prosecutors have to do is just sit and go through all of their streams and charge them accordingly. These actions range from stealing motorcycles to crashing a tuk-tuk, threatening to rob a woman, stealing multiple security guards' hats, stealing an industrial fan from a restaurant, stealing a red light mask from a vendor, and harassing dozens of people. Overall, just a terrible idea to do this in a country that has their jail cells that look like this.
And the US, they've gone full ghost mode. Not even a lazy, we're aware of the situation. Straight up silence. Because let's face it, Vitaly didn't just embarrass himself, he made both countries look ridiculous on a global stage. Now he's stuck. Too messy to let go, too chaotic to deport, and way too unimportant for anyone to bother helping. At this point, he's basically that annoying group chat nobody wants to unmute, ignored, archived, and left to rot.
Pero so it means it's clear he will not be deported just like that.
Oh no, hindi talagang we made a conscious decision not to have him deported.
And really, the only thing sadder than his legal team scrambling for options is his fan base desperately trying to make #FreeVitaly trend on platforms that already forgot he existed. The hard truth, unless a miracle falls out of the sky or someone pulls an illegal loophole from the underworld, Vitaly's not going anywhere. No bail, no jet, no freedom. Just one sweaty bunk, bad food, dead silence, and a whole lot of time to think about how the prank life finally came back to bite. Let's talk about what Vitaly's everyday life really looks like right now. And spoiler alert, it's not giving healing era, it's giving survival mode. He's locked up in Camp Bagong Diwa, a detention center that doesn't just hold overstaying tourists, it holds actual terrorists. This is not your influencer jail fantasy. There is no ring light, no protein shakes, and definitely no YouTuber roommates swapping clout stories. Just a concrete box with no windows, stuffed with 50 men, one nasty toilet, and absolutely no privacy.
Vitaly ended up being locked up in an absolute nightmare jail. The place that he's in is known as the Gulag,
an immigration detention center in the Philippines. Now they call it the Gulag, rat-infested and overcrowded.
He's currently locked up in Camp Bagong Diwa, which isn't exactly a wellness retreat. It's overcrowded, undersupplied, and looks like something out of a post-apocalyptic horror flick. 30 guys to a cell, and about as much personal space as the inside of a sardine can. There is no bail. That's right, zero bail.
And I guess what makes this just so incredibly ironic is apparently he wanted to go to jail.
Nobody controls me. If I go to jail, I'll go to jail. I'm a grown man. I love jail. I get it up there for free. I don't have to pay.
There's no air conditioner, no gym, no content corner, just body heat, sweat, and that heavy cloud of regret hovering over everyone. And Philippines' humidity is no joke. He's packed shoulder to shoulder with strangers, eating literal sardines for every meal. That's not a metaphor. They're actually feeding him sardines. 3 times a day. And now that there's no live stream, no phone, no audience to perform for, he's finally facing the thing he's always managed to dodge: real-world consequences.
He will live on the national stipend of 3 meals at 70 pesos a day. That's for all 3 meals. He will get special treatment. He will live in a common cell, walang air conditioner. Basta kulong siya habang nag-hearing siya. He has no access to a cell phone. He has an access only to a cell phone to contact family or attorney. He is not allowed to vlog about anything which goes on inside the...
And if you think this is a short stay, think again. The Philippine court system moves slow, like gravel road on crutches slow. His trial might not even begin for another 2 to 3 years. And that's just the start. The sentencing phase? That's a whole different level of waiting. So for now, Vitaly's just stuck in legal limbo, sweating it out while the rest of us watch like it's the finale of How Not to Be Famous.
I think that hearing the civil trial, I don't know, it's civil criminal, maybe it's criminal, it'll maybe last 2 to 3 years. Then the minimum charge, I think, will be 5 years per guilty verdict.
But here's the poetic twist. The same man who spent years making fun of others for clout has now become the punchline in his own story. He mocked people wearing masks. Now he's roasting in a 97-degree cell beside a busted fan. He chased internet fame nonstop. Now prosecutors are chasing him down with charges. And even if he does walk out someday, the damage is already done. His reputation, wrecked. His followers, MIA. His platforms, either ignoring him or flat out shadow banning him into digital oblivion. From trending to totally forgotten. And the internet, they're not fighting for his freedom. They're just watching the downfall play out in high definition, with popcorn in one hand and the other hand scrolling through memes. Vitaly thought he was invincible, but now he's just another warning label slapped onto the influencer starter pack. Another chaotic streamer who flew too close to the algorithm and crashed hard. So now he sits there, broke, alone, ghosted by Russia, ignored by the US, and drowning in a mess of his own making. He tried everything, fake tears, Bible quotes, even bribes, but none of it worked. Because when your whole brand is built on disrespect, the world will catch up with you. And when it does, it won't be pretty. So there he is, no cameras, no fans, no way out. Vitaly's empire of pranks has officially turned into a cautionary tale, and the world is watching every sweaty second. Whether you think he deserves it or not, one thing's clear: the internet doesn't forget, and karma always comes to collect. What do you think? Is this justice served, or an influencer downfall gone too far? Drop your take in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that spill all the digital drama.